We learned that matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. They have mass and they have volume as they occupy space. So how do we measure the mass and volume of matter in different states? Let's try to find out. Hey kids! Welcome to another episode for Science for Young Minds with Merivit Education Center. This series is for Platoon 4. Before we start off with our proper lesson, let us first study some vocabulary words for the students to be able to spell and pronounce the words correctly. The first vocabulary word for the day is mass, volume, matter. Let's say it one more time. Mass, volume, matter. Mass. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Example sentence. Can you find out the mass of the apple? Volume. How do you pronounce the word? Good job. Meaning is the amount of space taken up by an object. Example sentence. We can measure the volume of a smaller amount of liquid by using a syringe. Matter. How do you pronounce the word? Perfect. Meaning, matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. Example sentence. All matter exists in 3 states: solid, liquid, and gas. Now let us learn the objectives of our study. Number 1, students are able to identify what mass is. Number 2, students are able to determine mass from volume. We have learned that matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. So how do we measure the mass of matter in different states? For this, we measure the mass of an object by using a balance scale. Mass of a light object is measured in grams. Mass of a heavy object is measured in kilograms. We measure the mass of an object by using a balance scale. We first place an object on one side of the balance scale, then add loads of known mass on the other side of the balance scale until the scale is balanced. These loads are called the standard weights. Electronic balance. Electronic balance is often used in laboratories to obtain quick measurement of mass. They are also more accurate and precise than balance scales. Moving on, how do we measure the volume of matter in different states? Volume is the amount of space taken up by an object. The volume of a solid is often measured in cubic centimeters or cubic meters. The volume of the liquid is often measured in milliliters or liters. So So how do we measure the volume in a liquid form? We can use a measuring cylinder to measure the volume of a liquid. Now, we can see that the volume of a liquid inside the measuring cylinder is about 96 milliliters. How do we measure the volume in a gas form? Gas have neither fixed shape nor fixed volume. This is because the particles in a gas are able to move freely to fill up the space in a container. A gas has the same volume as the container that it takes up. To recap of what we have learned today about how do we measure the mass and volume of matter in different states, mass and volume are two units used to measure objects. The mass of an object is the amount of matter in it. The volume of an object is the amount of space that it takes up. Thank you, students. See you in our next episode. Have a nice day.